Hello folks, the Celtic Nerd here bringing you another nerdy video. We are on our way to hopefully claim this quest. It's just across the way in these ruins. As you may notice, we have a different party composition as to our previous videos. We still have Solus, my preferred mage. Because he is excellent at support, and his rift ability allows him to pull enemies close together, which is great for, you know, some AoE damage. Okay. Yeah, there's a very good chance, folks, that this quest is one of the short ones. It's really just... I would have put it to akin of what is described in Star Wars The Old Republic as an exploration mission. It's a mission that is basically to encourage you to explore. So, for example, if we picked this quest up earlier, we would have attempted to cross this bridge, noticed that it was destroyed, and we would have gotten the operation to tell us, like, you know, to rebuild it. Okay, so it's underneath the bridge. Yeah, because it would have been a no? How would you have seen that? Well, okay, so he would have been around there, so maybe, yeah. Okay. Like I said, it's a super short quest. You know what? We're gonna do this quest as well, partnered up with Valeka's Watch. And it's purely because I'm been frustrated. I want to test my theory that I had in the previous video about the access point for this locked door and that landmark is underground, and in order to get to it you need to go into this cave. So here we go. That's the quest, was just unlock the door. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. So yeah, folks, we're going to couple this with collecting the relics. Oh my god, it's a joining chalice.
Good find.
So one thing is, I was 100% correct on the whole. Oh yeah, you need to go underground for this bit. And look, I love when that. And he got pulled for the detonation. Oh, they're jumping across. How many of them are there? Okay, we only have one more landmark and I know where it is. It's marked on the map. So that's something handy. Alright, let's rebuild. Oh, we're not rebuilding. We're just truly moving the rocks together. Oh, we crudely sealed it, by the looks of it.
Pity about this outpost.
Yeah. Okay, that was, so I quite literally only think... Yeah, the only quest now is the landmarks, which is tied up where a dragon is. Now, this quest here could be... what's it called? Connected to being a bit more serious. Alright, so we're going to go to the Fallow Mare. There we go. Our closest fast travel point is here. At this beacon. Give my cup of tea a bit more of a stir. It's still a bit too... It's not dark enough. There we go. Ugh. Absolutely lovely. I'm going to pause the recording. Alright. So yeah, there's only... There are 4 relics left to collect.
Should we look around?
Alright, so for this one we have to go up and over. You'd think the Inquisition would take this tower for their own, but they don't.
The history of the Grey Wardens is fascinating.
Alright, and then from here we are going to go to the Storm Coast to collect that one. And of course it is not somewhere that we can just immediately go. I'm trying to think. Closest point. Now see, this has a lot of mountain. Whereas this seems, if we go here, we go around, we go exit out from the base here. We go around it. And then, yeah. So I think this one will actually be the easiest one.
Get you.
I'm not really real. They already want to forget me. I find the part that doesn't fit and set it free. Their mind makes a shape that makes sense without me.
That's not right.
I'm sorry you have to stay. It wouldn't work for them.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if I read that map correctly, this next bout should be relatively smooth. Now, the reason why I'm saving the hinterlands for last, I know I have a load of quests in this area left, but the reason why I'm saving the hinterlands for last is due to the fact that I don't want to have to, you know, go through the fast travel screen so often. Okay, so clearly the terrain was not as smooth as it looked. I thought this area here would be nice and smooth, but it's really not. Apparently, as you can see, we're being forced to turn into this like narrow passage. Now, luckily enough, as you see here, it does allow, it does curve. Right.
We should search the area.
There we go. Here's a Grey Warden camp. It's these pages. Trees!
I think the Inquisition could benefit from this.
Bloody hell. Wow. Alright, so the next two are, looking enough, relatively close to fast travel points. So we'll start off with this one. Alright, here we are.
Let's look around.
Tatsos.
I appreciate this, Inquisitor.
Right, and then from there, we're going to fast travel to here. There you go. Now, the next companion quest we're going to be doing, folks, is going to be Dorian. Maps of the Deep Roads.
I think the Inquisition could benefit from this.
And that's it. All that's left now is to talk to Blackwall. Now, I don't know if we're in the final act, folks. I honestly do not know. But I do have some things that I find that I fairly dislike about Dragon Age Inquisition. Like, there are several elements that I really do love. I love the crafting. I love the combat system. I love the role-playing system. There's a bit more of an indicator of what your character is saying in certain dialogues where you have like the little pictures. So it's very clear if an act is of aggression or if you're, calm or whatever. Like, it allows you to better understand the tone of what your character's going to say. But there are some definite elements that I am not a fan of. And again, I will get into it once we get to the end.
This is just... it's something to keep their hands busy. I'm grateful you tracked me down when you did. As exciting as wandering the woodlands was, this is better. It's good to be part of something so important. Something that could change things.
The Grey Wardens are huge and important. You're part of that.
True, but without a blight on the horizon, everything the Wardens do feels like waiting. This, the Inquisition, is what matters now. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. You are who you choose to follow. Someone told me that once. Took me years to understand what he meant.
There's wisdom in that.
It was a chevalier who said those words to me. A powerful man, but never without honor. A true knight. We met as competitors in the Grand Tourney. He left me with that advice before we parted. Put aside his own ambitions to help me win the melee. I don't think I even thanked him.
Okay, so folks, I really do need to step away real quick for something. Alright, I'm back, folks. Let's see here. Let's investigate. Let's get some lore.
What is this Grand Tourney?
You've never heard of it? The grand tourney of the Free Marches. It's a spectacle. Song, dance, wine, every amusement you can imagine. But the greatest part is the contest of arms. Prove yourself in the grand tourney, and you can make your fortune.
How did he help you?
There were 100 men on the field, each one fighting for himself. The knight and I had forged an alliance. It was just the two of us, and we took all comers. The goal, down as many opponents as possible. He always let me deliver the final blow.
He must have wanted something from you to help like that.
A pupil, a squire. Someone to teach and to mold. He saw my potential. When it was over, he offered to mentor me. To teach me to become a chevalier like him. And I, young and stupid, turned him down flat. I just won the melee at the grand tourney. I didn't need him. I should have gone with him. Perhaps things could have been different.
You're here now, a Grey Warden. It worked out.
I suppose it did, didn't it? But I'm older, hopefully wiser. And I think I've chosen the right person to walk with. Heard you found something that had to do with wardens. Would have liked to have seen it. I've been meaning to thank you. There are 100 things that need your attention. You didn't have to take the time to help me, and yet you did.
If the history you pursue benefits the Wardens, then it was worth it.
I've never been more certain of my decision to join you.
There will be opportunities for us to do even more in the future.
Then I look forward to it.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot of...
The Wardens. I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
How do the Wardens deal...
Short answer. Stick it with swords until it stops moving.
I'll trust that you know what you're talking about.
We'll manage, if it comes to that.
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do Wardens do when the world's not ending?
There is still Darkspawn. Just because we killed so many in Ferelden doesn't mean they're gone. And the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for good men with swords. Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others really means. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
Where were you during the Blight?
I was in Ferelden, on my own, like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
You haven't had contact with other Wardens for a while. Why were you on your own?
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only requires one man. Besides, I've always been a loner. Works best for everyone that way.
Let's
As you wish. I'm here.
I want to hear more about...
Compared to yours, my life will seem dull indeed.
Why did you join?
Because they remember honor and sacrifice. Words that have little meaning to the rest of us. Because they lay down their lives for those they have sworn to protect. We all need to believe there are such men in the world. I needed to believe I could be one of them.
What did you do before you became a Warden?
I was a soldier, a nobody trained to wield a sword and follow orders. I grew weary of fighting other men's wars.
So you became a Warden?
More or less. Becoming a Grey Warden, the life I led before seems hollow in comparison. Perhaps one day it will fade away.
Your name, Blackwall, doesn't sound Orlesian. Marcher, then? Ferelden?
I was from the Free Marches originally. Markham. That was a long time ago. Another life.
I hear that many Wardens were once criminals.
You're right. And when you join, your past is forgotten, so let's leave it that way.
We can continue this discussion at another time.
Very well.
Spilled some tea on my hands and finger was all sticky. There you go. I hate the feeling.
What do you...
I just know that you could shake this world to its foundations if you willed it.
That's pretty much it with him, folks. Okay, so next up is Dorian. And we're going to finish up some of our remaining quests in the Hinterlands, which 2 are Dorian related, and 1 is a quest that I picked up at the very start of the game, and I'm finally going to be able to complete it. However, I'm going to actually talk to Dorian first. So we're not just going to bring him into like a trap of talking to his family. We're not going to betray his trust. We're going to, be kind. Alright folks, I'm going to end this video here. I'm the Celtic Nerd, signing out. One name, one sky.